So I've come to the top end of Worksop to document the nightlife. I did Sheffield Christmas Eve and there was absolutely no nightlife. I did do Worksop the Friday before Christmas and it was pretty dead. But it was my second town after Sheffield for nightlife. It used to be a Thursday night, it used to be absolutely manic Thursday night. So let's see what's left of the night spots in Worksop. So we've got the train station here. And there's a bit of a pub here. I think that's called the Mallard, is it? Yeah, so that's the Mallard there with a few people outside. So let's go down Carlton Road. This is a bit of the periphery of Worksop before we get into the town centre itself. So we've got the Station Hotel. I don't think there's much nightlife in there, but that is a pub as such with selling food. So here we have the Newcastle Arms, looking very shabby. It's now apartments, I think. So it's a very warm, muggy night, really. Sort of end of July, so should be a time for people coming out at night, shouldn't it? Because I wanted to show you where the Frog and Nightgown was. One of my favourite pubs back in the 1980s. It had an upstairs and a downstairs. Back in the 80s it was more new romantic, then it went to heavy rock. And then I think it merged with the Swan at the other side of the High Street, but it's been shut down for some years. So upstairs and downstairs in there gone. It's really tragic, this one, because like I said, it was my favourite one in Worksop. So we're coming down more into the town centre, and the thing is, notice the number of people on the street. That gives you an idea what the nightlife is like. So we've got the Vine pub here. Not many people in there either, so a few flashing lights in there, but I'm going to have a word with somebody and ask them. So I'm just going to show you the Vine. I'm told it starts getting crazy about 11 o'clock at night for some reason, so it just gives you an idea what it's like inside. So I saw a few flashing lights when I was outside, so here it is. It gets a bit crazy at 11 o'clock. So I've just had a word with the girl behind the bar, and what she said is it's more a nightclub, so it gets a bit crazy at 11 o'clock and then it's open till 4 o'clock. So it's more like a nightclub on a Friday and Saturday than just a normal pub the rest of the time. So that's me sticking my head in the door. So here we are outside Bar Chase. Now we knew it as the King's Head, but they've changed the name of it. I'll just see what's going off here then. So if it's the late night start, they might be the same as the other pub. I'm going to have a word with them. It looks very quiet at the moment. So I've just had a word with Nat, the DJ, and he works between here and the Vine. He says it doesn't really start filling up till about 12 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning again. And what's tending to happen is people are going to pubs further out and Worksop, and then they're coming into town centre for 11, 12 o'clock. So it's a different night scene to what I ever remember. So that gives your angle on it. That's the Bar Chase. I knew it as the King's Head. So the Golden Ball are probably a more laid-back pub, but this is one of the pubs that used to be in the Sunday League. I remember this one when my dad used to be refereeing all over Worksop on a Sunday. So you won't believe this. This was a big DIY store when I was growing up, and then it became the lock side. It was selling food and stuff like that. I think it had a bit of a nightlife at night, and then it got took over by 3D and it's closed. So that's another one that's bitten the dust. So just here was the old gas showrooms. That's shut down. That was a night spot of some kind. I don't even know what that was, whether it was Yates or something like that at some stage, but somebody will probably be able to tell me on that one. So we've got the waterfront pub there. Not a lot of noise coming out of there. So I've just come down past the gas showrooms onto Church Walk. So here was the Canal Tavern. This has become more apartments, but it's just giving you a feel. It's so quiet for a Friday night. So just walking down Church Walk, there's another little pub down here, or was a pub. It's well worth seeing. So just here we had the Fisherman's Arms. You can hear people in the house behind me, and it still looks like a pub. If you didn't know it weren't a pub, you might be trying to get in here for a drink. But it looks how it used to look. I'll just get another angle on it. So it's been kept in its pristine condition. It still looks like a pub. Still got the sign up and everything. Why can't they do that more often? But I'm guessing it's probably more apartments now. But that's looking like a perfect pub from the outside. Come to do the pubs, but I've just got to show you this building. It's an absolute brilliant one, isn't it? This is gas offices, so they must have moved it further up at some stage onto the high street. This will be more flats. So I'm looking across at this new Turkish Mediterranean restaurant. It's absolutely packed, as you can see, and this has got quite a good name at the moment, so you could call this nightlife in Worksop. Different angle on it, and the food smells very nice. I wish I could give you the smell of the food on the actual video. So here we've got the Priory Centre. Now it got extended a number of years ago. You can see the modern extension on the back, but in the back of here was a nightclub called Rockford's, and I think it was also Annabelle's. I think it had different names, but that got burnt down, and that's where Wilco was for a time. It's now Pound Stretch or Pound World or something like that. So there was once a nightclub in there. This was accessible all the time. It's now shut off at night. But I started the video about 8 o'clock. It's probably 8:30, 9 o'clock now. And this is a central Worksop Friday night on, and like I said, it's quite humid. So I had to show you the King Edward. It looks a really well kept pub, quite famous with the Sunday League again. They used to have a really good football team, but it looks more like a Domino's pub in there than anything. It's very quiet in there, just people chatting away, I think. So but I had to show it you. It's just on the periphery of the town centre, up Brighton Street. I'm going back into town centre. You can see Greg's down the bottom. So I get back into the town centre. I'm right in the middle of Worksop. I've just been speaking to an homeless person, and I think there's quite a few of them congregated around here. And it makes me feel a bit sad, really. So here, the food tong, it did have Queen's Head still on it. Oh, it has right up there. So this was a big night spot in Worksop at one bit. I used to like it in here, but it's now a food place. So just down from the crossroads, you've got your typical Wetherspoons just there. Licorice Gardens, selling food all day. And it's going to be typical what it's like in a Wetherspoons later at night. So we're just coming a bit further up, we've got the Unicorn pub just here. Another one of my favourite pubs from the past, the Unicorn. We'll get a bit further up Worksop. So we've got a police van coming past, I got a nice smile from him. So there's the Unicorn, shuts about 12 o'clock. Been chatting to people, it's still pretty much how the Unicorn was when I used to come in, but it's a bit quieter with people inside. So but I spent about 10 or 15 minutes chatting to people, which is nice. But speaking to the homeless people, they're well switched on, the homeless people. I know they've got problems, and one of them admitted, yeah, we have done things wrong, but he was saying there's so much sinister going off in this country, and we all know it, don't we? Something very sinister going off. So it must be getting up for about 9 o'clock now. Looking for the Olive Grove. Yeah, the Olive Grove's just here. Little Mediterranean restaurant. So I have done a short on that one, so it's a nice night spot if you want somewhere different to come out at night. So I just want to show you a new venue coming. Somebody has got 3 different venues and this is a new one that's coming. So this was the old Yorkshire Bank, my first bank. I had a little paying book here. So that's going to be the sports bar coming shortly, and I'll show you the other 2 venues that belong to this new owner. So this one's so important to put in. There was 2 nightclubs in Worksop Rockfords and also Dandy's. Now I never went in Dandy's, but you know, it had a reputation, and I had to dig out where it actually was, because like I said, I ain't got a clue where it was. So it's above where I showed Yorkshire Bank and the sports bar, and it's upstairs there. Well, it isn't anymore as far as I know, something else, but I was told it was a room with a lot of mirrors around to make it look bigger. So I thought I'd just add you that one in, a bit of nostalgia. When I was talking to the girls in the end party, one of them mentioned where it was, but it was a dark night, so a bit hard to tell. The second bar of the new owner, called Amor. It's a cocktail bar. You've got to be a bit more dressed up to come in here, I'm told. I'll see if I can find out what time this one shuts. Can hear a bit of life coming out of this one anyway. Alright, so one of the ladies wants to say something about the venue.
We're here tonight to celebrate Sarah's head
Yeah, ready?
Oh, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
Say hi, Sue. Hi. This is Claire.
Yeah.
This is Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
This is Deb. Hiya.
Hiya.
This is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Susan.
Hiya.
Lisa.
Hi, Kate.
Michelle.
Shell.
Ashley. Kelsey.
Hi.
Mel, and the good old Jim. I'm the oldest.
So there you got a bit of a view inside. But a bit of interaction from me. I don't normally do interaction, but it was lovely speaking to people. So we're just across from the Amor on Castle Street, the same owner. So it's had a bit of work done on it. The Swan, it shut down. It was an heavy rock pub. It's now an indie pub, and this one's open till 2. So the Amor's 12 and this one's 2. So I've done a short video on it, but it's been done up quite nice inside. So we're a bit further up Worksop now. It's going to go a bit quieter, but I want to show you the ship in a moment. Got the Lion Hotel. Pretty quiet in there by the looks of it. Got the new cinema just there, and I'll just show you a pub down here in a moment. There you've got the French Hotel. Beautiful pub now. Going to be more flats. What a waste. So I'm told that it's well used, the new cinema, Savoy. The only shame is when there's a film on that I like, it's in one of the smaller cinemas, which ruins the experience a bit for me. There's 2 bigger cinemas and 2 smaller ones. But just across here, Ship Inn. I think there was issues with this building where somebody altered something and then something else happened, and then it eventually closed down. And this used to be fantastic on a Thursday night again. Shan't tell you what went off in here, but it weren't my fault. My brother-in-law dragged me into this one for mud wrestling. You won't believe it. I'll tell you something, it wasn't very pleasant really. But the pub was actually decent. It's got a bit of a good nightlife in the past, but can somebody reopen it? Yeah, somebody was just asking me something then, so if you can like the video, follow the channel. If you follow the channel, please ensure the bell notifications on and you'll get advised about new videos. So that's it, over and out from Worksop. Let's hope this is the bottom And Worksop Town Centre's bouncing back because there's 3 new pubs at the top end. I've shown you. There's a sports bar coming. You've got Amore, and you've also got the Swan pub. So that's owned by the same guy. So that's it over and out from Worksop.